This is the Huntington Tri-State Time Machine, brought to you by Realty Exchange, the top-performing real estate company in the Huntington, West Virginia Tri-State Area. Each week, your host, W.G. Bunch, and his guests share memories and stories about the past, the present, and the future of the Huntington Tri-State Area. That's Huntington, West Virginia, Ashland, Kentucky, and the Chesapeake and Proctorville, Ohio areas. If you used to live here or you currently live here, you're going to catch yourself saying out loud, "Wow, I remember that." Now, here's WG.
Hello. Hello, hello. Here we are. There you are. Welcome aboard. It's the Huntington Tri-State Time Machine. WG Bunch here. I'm your host, also associate broker with Realty Exchange for all of your real estate needs. Got a fantastic guest. Joe Murphy is my guest today. Joe, how the hell are you, my friend?
Oh, it's always so good just seeing you, man. Like, time spent with white gold is time well spent.
I feel the same way. We got a lot on the menu today, but let's do this before we start. Let me just tell you a little bit about Joe. And Joe is the owner, CEO, the man behind Murphy Media, which you guys, in a nutshell, do what?
Yeah, so in a nutshell, we've worked with fantastic artists. We've made videos, apps. We solve problems, really. And most recently, we've worked with the West Virginia Drug Intervention Institute. We created a fantastic little guy called Rex the RX, who teaches kids the dangers of prescription medication, which has become a message that's carried itself, all over the United States.
And I know you've got another very cool, exciting project that you're working on for the opioid problem or whatever. We'll get on that. All right, Joe, I got this bio that you emailed me, which is 14.
I did not email you.
It's 14 pages long, and I had to just go through it and go, okay. You did media with Disney, A&E, History Channel, ESPN. Now, what shows would I see you on? I mean, which ones are you?
So I'm front and center in many Disney.
Were you on iCarly?
Shows. I was. I was the computer.
Is there a computer on iCarly?
I have no idea. So my kids used to watch it. With the 4 kids. But yeah, so all of those companies, actually, oddly enough, most of those companies that you just named are all combined. I worked mostly for the same production company for all of those. The mouse owns everything.
That's true. That's true. And in case there are some people listening, and you may be saying, that might be the same guy. I'm not sure. Yes, it's that guy. Joe's real claim to fame, he was actually Huntington's #1 Elvis impersonator at the Gino's pub
baby.
On.
Well. Dude, hey, you got to do what you got to do with every resource you got. That's what I teach my kids.
I mean,
you got to express yourself, man. I wanted to be a rock star. My wife at the time, she said, you can be a dead rock star at the pub. She said, you can be all the rock star you want. But, you've got bills to pay, and you can go be rock star with Kenny Grant and the Fantastic Pizza, which also helped me fit the costume.
Which is also the name of your first band, Kenny Grant and the Fantastic Pizza.
At El Segundo.
It was, yes. Yeah. Yes. Anyway, so yeah, Joe.
It is Fantastic Pizza. I know I missed that episode, but man, fantastic.
It was
pizza.
An episode of iCarly. Yeah, but anyway, and all kidding aside, Joe has done. He's done a ton.
You were talking about all those shows.
All right, I was trying.
I know you were trying to segue, but you were talking about the shows, and I have to say, out of all those companies, and the favorite show I got to work in, the favorite person. What do you think I'm going to say? I know who it is. It's gonna be Brian Adams with special guest Hart. No, who is it?
I don't know.
First of all, God bless Gilbert Gottfried.
Yes,
I love that man. I love that man. He was one of my favorites. But I'm going to say Dog the Bounty Hunter. You didn't think that?
Well, no.
You know why?
Wait, wait. Hold, and this also proves everybody this is not pre-planned. We have a game coming up with that kind of stuff.
I don't want to do any of it. I knew you were going to ask me about the show.
You're going to have to choose between Gilbert Gottfried and Robbie Knievel. That's later.
Oh, easy.
That's
easy
later.
Choice.
All right.
I'm already writing the notes down.
I was getting ready. What I was going to do is something very touching that now I'm.
Okay.
I'll do it anyway.
No touching. We agreed. It's in the rider for this show. No touching.
Joe has done so much for the area. Why are you? You were
because the segue is horrible. You
were like 2017 business leader of the Tri-State or something.
That was a horrible misspelling. That was
who it was. What was the misspelling? What are you talking about? Don't be modest. The dude, Huntington was named like the America's best community. It was a big competition between cities and towns all over the country. Combination of presentation, what are you guys doing? But then somebody to also gift wrap it and show everyone, here's what it's all about. It was like millions of dollars.
It was an easy package to gift wrap. We have a wonderful, wonderful home, brother.
But it's not. It's still. I think you need to. You need to make sure that you're taking good credit for it, because I thought, wow. I was very impressed.
Thank you.
We
had a good team. We had an amazing. We had a winning team.
Yes. So all of these things we were talking about, we're talking about. Unfortunately, a little bit about the opioid epidemic. We're not talking about that, but we've already kind of mentioned it. We've talked about media and all the things that Joe's done in those fields. Business, entrepreneur, and all that stuff. So I wanted to get Joe on the show when he finally said, I'm available. Let's get together. I said, oh, great. Which one of these things do you want to talk about? And what does he pick? The Huntington Mall.
You picked it.
I didn't pick this.
You're going to get me killed. It's just such a warm, wonderful place for me to
start. But it was just like, okay, I'm going to have Charles Barkley on the show, and we're going to be talking about, Cracker Barrel.
Okay. So I get where you're coming from, but in all fairness,
you love them all.
I do, but you asked me some amazing topics. I won't say what the topics are because I know they're coming out in later shows. But some of those topics, I was like, wow, I know this person is great for this person, and you're always calling me the most humble person in the world, right? Always. I'm just saying.
I can't wait to hear these mall stories because that's fine. I
don't know that I'll deliver what you need, but it was a special place for me. It always was, as is Huntington. So for me, the Huntington Mall was just an extension of Huntington.
So let's start at. Let's come to a focus point to start.
That's hard.
Huntington Mall. Now, Joe, you are from here, yes?
Okay, so
born and raised.
So I was born. I was born
right
in a place right between the Huntington Mall and downtown Huntington. I went to Altizer Elementary. I lived right before Cedar Crest at a place called East Campbell Park.
So we don't need the mailing address.
I was going to sing a song about it.
That's okay.
I was writing it.
You're from here. You're from the area.
Yes.
Okay, that's all. And now I'm gonna have to put my judge robe on. Just answer the question. It was yes or no. You're from the area.
Yep.
Okay. What year do you think the Huntington Mall opened?
So it opened in 1980.
So you're incorrect, but you're close.
So
now wait a second. You're not even gonna.
Okay, 80, so I'm sorry.
It was 81.
So listen, the soft opening. They just celebrated their 40th anniversary.
Right.
All right. So the soft opening was 100% in 1980.
Okay. You might be right.
No, I'm 100% right. And we will call Margie. Listen, we'll call Margie.
You may be right. I may be crazy.
I know you are, Billy Joel. Listen to me. All right. So here's dispute me. We're going to call the Cafaro family. We're going to ask them, when did you open?
Who's the Cafaro family?
The family who opened the Huntington Mall in 1980 with a soft opening at the theater. The theater was open a full 8 months before the Huntington Mall ever opened. All right. Stores began to pop up and open, especially the anchor stores around the outside. The grand opening, however, happened before the big Christmas season of 1981.
Congratulations. You are the biggest mall nerd I've ever met in my entire. You should have your own mall con where they can get your autograph and ask you questions and you can share stories. But anyway,
it was an
what was the big
place.
jingle? What was the big? It's
I didn't-
80s.
Listen,
What was their little
I
saying?
didn't have a radio, but I had them all.
Oh no, you're not going to go down that.
I'm
road.
not. I'm saying this. Here's what I'm saying.
It was something.
I was a kid, so the last one, which is amazing, by the way, they're still doing amazing marketing, but I can't remember because they've stacked up over the years. What I do remember is
You can experience
All right,
it all at the Huntington
That's
Mall.
not the first one. I don't believe it.
Well, they also had. They have it all at the Huntington Mall.
Your stores, your mall, Huntington Mall. That's the new one. They've all been amazing. They've all been. Listen,
Now
there's
wait.
never been a
hold on. Hold it.
Your stores
in the. But that's,
first of all, Mayor Steve's going to kill me. I get my first shot at this.
I'm talking,
and here I am.
I'm talking about because we're talking about when it launched.
Yeah,
and in the 80s.
Yeah.
The Huntington Mall, they have it all at the Huntington Mall. Is
no
a
clue.
fantastic line.
So
how many months would we got to find something that rhymes with mall? Small, tall. Somebody pops into a boardroom and goes, "I got it, boss. It's experience it all at the Huntington Mall." By golly, you're a genius.
Yeah, no,
it's
I
fine.
think. Listen, the same folks are running the mall today. They thought it was amazing. Hey, changing times.
And the great thing about advertising and
give
marketing.
me another ad from 1980.
See that. Half price
shoes.
You asked.
Half price shoes. Fort Harvard, downtown on the plaza in the Huntington Mall. That's right. Yeah, half price.
You asked.
Half price shoes.
You asked.
And I delivered.
Yes. But as far as the mall thing, the whole thing about marketing is you can't look at it as good or bad because here we are talking about it today.
Okay.
So it's got that staying power.
I got you. You're teaching me things about marketing.
I have no idea
the master has become the student. You came to me many years ago for marketing.
There was some I think it was a car lot. And the only thing I remember about their ad was you take a left and it's right there on the left.
Listen, hang a left and it's right there on the left.
Which is what? What was that?
So first
just
of all,
a question.
It's
what
Tom
is it for?
Peden country, I believe. No,
so it is
It's all amazing.
It's a car.
It's all
lot.
sticking with you.
Yeah, that's what
advertising.
I'm saying.
But just to that end, really quickly.
Yes.
Yeah, they're still doing it, and that's
still do that.
No, I did. Hang a left, and you're right there on the left.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm going to sing every jingle of the
that's
Huntington
okay.
area, except for one. You don't. Now you want to know. Now you're intrigued. You'll never know which one I won't sing. But anyway, the marketing department's still killing them there with your stores, your mall. Experience it all.
Oh my God! Are you being paid to be here by the mall?
I am. Thank you, Marky McDuff.
I mean,
you can make that check out to Murphy Media.
All right. What's the connection? Why do you?
So you asked me. No,
you were at the grand opening. You told me or something.
That. You asked me. Here's the truth. While I love Huntington, while I love Barbersville, and I've devoted most of my adult life to working and serving here in Huntington.
Okay, we get it.
It's where I want to be. No, I'm saying this is where I was living. As a kid, I lived in between, and the Huntington Mall, when I was 5 years old, not only was the mecca of the universe, as you know, my dad was also, working. He was a contractor up there, so I was seeing it all unfurled long before you guys.
Oh, so he helped. He helped put it together.
His hands built that mall, brother. McCrory, Sears, all of the Gold Mine, all of the stores you loved. Romy Murphy put them all together. He sandblasted. He painted them. He put like that. His hands are all over every single bit of that mall. So I was 5 years old walking in the fountains before the water was there going, what is this going to be? How is this going to look? So I saw it all develop. It was amazing to me. It was a development. It was.
And you were 5?
I was 5. I was right before kindergarten. I was one of those kids. I was born in July. So
was there a CPS back then when you were 5? 'Cause
yeah.
I'm picturing a 5-year-old just walking around
just
a mall.
keep talking about it. You're going to get Janet Murphy. Look behind you.
Yeah.
That is Mrs.
I'm
Murphy
just seeing a 5-year-old walking around a mall
My
being
dad
built.
was there.
Well,
and so wait a minute.
and there's no water in the fountains.
There's a crane and there's beams being moved. I think there's a movie
what was that?
like
Baby's
that.
Day Out or something? With Joe Murphy.
It was like that, but it was awesome. It was an awesome Baby's Day
Okay,
Out.
now I get the connection of why. Okay,
That's why I love it. And then so I see this amazing place. It's also, imagine this as a kid. I have a grandson now, and I'm watching him run all around. Imagine
is he also in the fountains with no water?
No, he has all the water and the fountains. Wait, no, that sounds horrible. He's not in the fountains with any water, or he'd be swimming. So no, listen. I'm walking around this place. It's wide open. They're working on the stores. The causeway, the main place is all done. It's so I'm able to walk in there with my mom, with my dad, and I'm running around in this a brand new, clean, just huge environment. So and every day there's a new restaurant popping up, and they're giving me samples. They're like, "Hey, you guys want to try this?" They're doing little soft openings,
and they're like,
I'm
"There's
just there.
There's the homeless kid that we see running around. Let's give him some." So, hey, would you like a cracker, kid?
Well, that worked out. It worked out. Also the other way, because then came grand opening day, and that for all of Huntington was not for all of Huntington, for all of Huntington and Barboursville was an amazing time.
What do you, I don't remember. What do you remember about it specifically? I mean, was it like the
Bryan Adams and Hart? No, no. So for me, all right. I remember literally, like I think back over the years, and I've worked. We'll get to this later, but I can a dozen Black Fridays at the mall in different capacities over different eras. But the time I remember it being most packed and just most electric and amazing was grand opening day, and I was 5. I might have been 6. I don't know my age, but exactly. But I remember one thing. I didn't believe in Santa Claus at this point. Actually, which was wrong for any younger listeners out there. I didn't believe in Santa Claus. Little did I know he was real.
You didn't believe in him because you didn't know who he was, or because you had already come and gone?
I'd already been to Hills. That's where the toys are. And I'd already realized the layaway system. It's a whole another story for a different episode, just on Hills. But I didn't believe in Santa Claus. I'm 5, 6 years old. I didn't believe in Santa Claus, but I found the suspension of disbelief, which honestly is still leading me in my career to this day. And I found it many, many times at the Huntington Mall, especially in that movie theater.
This is very deep for how it. Well, go ahead.
No,
grand opening.
You get what you get with Joe Murphy.
Grand opening.
No, I see this robot. It rolls up to me. It says, "Joey Murphy, you are a know-it-all. Here's your award."
Wait a second.
Yeah.
What robot like a like a R2D2?
Now you're interested.
Well, yeah, because I'm.
You don't believe me, do you?
No,
Another one of our stories.
I do.
Yeah, you're about to Google it. Get your Googling hand ready.
There's not going to be. What am I going to Google?
Oh, I'll tell you.
Joe Murphy robot.
How about this?
No, wait.
How about Fubar 2000? The name of the robot.
Is that what it was?
Oh, that was.
Is that the
Fubar?
same? Is that the same one in Rocky 3?
I don't know. I don't know.
How
but
tall
Fubar 2000 was at the grand opening of the Huntington Mall. Also was Mr. McFeely, who was Mr. Rogers' mailman. All right.
Speedy delivery.
All right. Speedy delivery. I got his autograph. Romy Murphy waited in line in his Izod shirt. But here's the deal.
Good thing about his autograph lines is they went very quickly.
They did. Speedy delivery.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. This robot rolls up to me. It says, "Joey Murphy, you're such a know-it-all. and here's your award, and it prints out of its belt. Oh no, I have this award, know-it-all award. So this years later, I realized many years later, because this is a magical moment to me. This is like Disney World. This is my moment of and I didn't realize until much later when my dad told me that somebody had walked up and asked him what my name was and what's he like, what's he into, and my dad said he's a smart kid, and they said, oh, you seem to be a know-it-all, and so it was a guy with a microphone talking. Literally, but the whole thing was, I believed it, and I believed that I couldn't believe in Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny or any of these other. But I'm looking at this robot, and to me, it was real. And 35 years later, it still touched my life, and that's how I came up with Rexy RX. He became a facial recognition avatar. So I go into a classroom, and I get the class roll, and I say, "Is that little WG? Hey, WG, last time I saw you, you had a little case of the sniffles." And that kid goes, "How does he know my name? Why is he here? And how did he know I have the sniffles?" Yeah. So for me, it's that same fun, but tackling a different topic. That kid, that FUBAR was just trying to point out the fact that I was a know-it-all.
Well, that was pretty. I mean,
he knew it. Yeah. Take your dig. Go ahead. I know where you're going with it.
I could see where that would definitely be something where, yeah, you got a connection to the place.
You totally changed that up.
But you did mention, so you worked at the mall?
Yes. So after living at the mall until the age of 12, so not my first job, but one of my first jobs was working for Shelly and Trish up at the Music Land. Everybody worked at the Music Land because you got free cassette tapes. That we had Bon Jovi "Slippery When Wet" long before anybody even knew.
You lucky bastards.
Oh, dude, you don't even know. All of the tapes. And you got them free. And listen, if they had a little screw hole in them, that meant they were demo tapes, and we would play them for a couple of weeks until the new hot releases got dropped. That then you got to take, but it was like Sean Young and all the guys, the senior folks would come along, they take all the good tapes. But I still got some tapes. I got some tapes, baby. All right.
And
I did.
All right. So
that was my first job.
That's at Music Land.
And then, so I matriculated. I've made my way from Music Land.
Music Land. No CDs yet.
No, not when I worked there. Actually,
not when you worked there. Gotcha.
So I made my way.
Music Land. Could you buy? That is not a place you could buy concert tickets.
Not at that time. No, I'm thinking about the Ticketmaster. I don't believe so. It was cassette tapes. You could get a single for a hot $1.99 all day long. Especially, and then you could get extremes more than. No, you couldn't. You could get "Mother Don't Want to Go to School Today." That's where it was. So you figure out the year.
Wow.
Yeah. So I moved about 100 yards east to KB Toy Store. That's where the toys are.
That was right next to JC or Sears.
Sears. That's right, where you got your pants, you dork.
Yes.
I bet it was. So where
Tough Skins.
So where Mom and Bill got your pants?
Tough Skins.
Yeah. No, that's not where they did.
What?
Yeah, they did. Did they get them there?
You're going
Cherokees. Where do you get those at?
Cherokees. Are those pants?
I don't know. That's what I wear.
What?
Just throwing it. So I went to KB Toy Store. So Music Land, I make it down the way.
So you work at KB, and you're like are you like the cash register person?
So I'm a stocker. I stock the shelves. I can help you with all of your video game needs because keep in mind, the Super Nintendo just dropped.
So this is like late 80s, early 90s.
91, I think, 80. So the Super Nintendo dropped while I was there. The Sega Genesis. Also with Sewer Shark. Yeah. Well, yeah. The first video games that had videos in them. The actual video footage. It was quite a time.
When was Children's Palace there? It was like a free.
You mean the Devil's Palace?
Is that it?
Those were the competition.
Did you meet in the parking lot? And
we had rumbles. Me and Andy McCown, God bless his soul, he just passed. And Paul, God bless his soul, he just passed. Half the staff are still here. Sean and Greg. Everybody's still here, but we would meet the folks from Children's Palace, especially around Black Friday. That's when it all went down. Many great things. I loved KB Toys. All of the greatest video games. Mario Kart was released. I was there. Also, a really cool thing. I don't know if you remember this in malls. All of a sudden, everyone, let's all channel. If you're 40 years old or older, close your eyes really quickly and think about walking out of Sears or whatever mall you live near. And you walk by the toy store or the Radio Shack, and some kid was out there with a remote control car or something crawling or moving, and your kid was like, Mommy, I want that. I was the guy that made you buy that. I was the kid that was like, look, kid, no, come closer, come closer. My job for years was to sit and entice parents to buy the light-up thing. I would have been great at Disney World or at Kings Island at the end of the night with the light-up things. I would entice the kids with the remote control cars. So yeah, KB Toys.
I'm very uncomfortable right now
that I loved KB Toys.
No, that just the whole.
The enticing.
You took on a weird tone with the enticing of the children and the come to me, and I'm like stranger danger.
No, you made it weird. You made it weird. That was KB Toys was a special place.
Oh, because I remember you. I remember
many events happen at KB Toys. Hold on, like life-changing events. So you know how much I love the sports ball. I love the sports ball more than anybody that you know.
You mean the gala?
No, the sports ball, the football contest. You know I love these
Nobody
things.
calls it sports ball.
You were asking me. We were talking. You were talking about overall. Have I ever like? Sports. So listen, I know that that everybody believes that you have that we all just come up with this right off of this genius content right off of our skulls. But you asked me. Don't laugh. You're going to do a spit take. We come off right off our heads. But you asked me if I ever been fired, and I thought about it. You said just think about it. Where you worked, you've been.
I asked you if you've ever been fired.
You haven't?
How many podcasts have you been on?
Because I don't think. No, listen.
Were you fired from KB Toys?
No.
It might have been because you were outside trying to abduct children.
I was going to say, I was only 16. That's not going anywhere good. I don't like any of that.
Right.
Yeah. So, one time during a sports ball championship, I believe, with Coach Donnan. 93.
So football.
You'll know what the event was. It was in 93. It was November, December. It was the championship.
Yeah.
What was it?
Yeah, like the one AA on ESPN, big deal and all that.
Yes, I'm sorry. So I decide, and this might be where the aversion comes from. So I decide to play some sports ball with my friend, and we're going to throw this stuffed football, this Marshall stuffed football that we're selling all day long for $5. Back and forth down the aisles. It's recovery time. So we're trying to get the aisles, putting the Presto Magics up. We're putting the games all away, getting everybody out of the store, and we're just throwing this football from one end of the aisle, then running to the next aisle, and I throw it as hard as I can. I think it's spiraling or something. I don't know. It looks beautiful. Joey Murphy is throwing this football. It's amazing. And I smack this lady point blank right in the face with this football.
Oh, at least not with your hand.
No, she drops immediately to the ground.
Why would
I promise. Immediately to the ground. I'm standing from me to you, and for the viewers at home, we're 6 feet away. And the power of this football.
So she walked into it.
I just decimated right in the face because I was throwing it to my friend who was supposed to meet me at the other end. I think everything is fine. She's laying. I don't think everything's fine. She's curled up. And I'm like, ma'am, I'm so sorry. I need this job. Please, I need this job.
So wait, you just hit her in the face with a football.
Right in the face.
And the first thing you think of is
protecting myself.
I need my
the other special moments happen there. Just a month earlier, I found out
you don't ask her how she is or anything.
I found out I was going to be a father at KB Toys. So I was like, I need this job, ma'am. I smacked her right. I smack her right in the face with this football, and I'm begging her to not tell Andy McCown that I almost beat her with this football in the face. And she says, I just had brain surgery. And I was like, that's it. I'm done. It's over. True story. That's why I hate football. And there you have it, America. There you have it. That's it. That was it. I'm sorry. I still go to the games. I still love Marshall Championships. I celebrate with everyone. But because of that day, I was so scared. Did I just get canceled because I said I hate football? I did. In Huntington. I'm done. That's it for you, Joe Murphy. No, Can we move on? Then I went to Pied Piper. Never mind. Just move on. Then I got, never mind. We're moving on, folks. I see where you're going. Go ahead. Dig in.
We're sponsored by 5 Hour Energy today and Red Bull. I told you not to mix those.
This is me for those of you that, lighting it in a bottle, baby.
All right. I have to write down. We'll have to do a separate KB Toys thing because that's
where the toys are.
I know, but I didn't.
Short of that story, the lady got up. She said, "You shouldn't be doing that." I said, "Ma'am, you're right."
She's talking about doing what?
Smacking people in the face with football.
She wasn't talking about you having babies.
She didn't know about that.
Oh, she did.
Also,
she
I
was
should
not
have
the
all
mom.
the listen, my children are amazing.
She wasn't the mom.
No, she was not.
That's
not.
That's not.
That's
how you
another
made it up
episode.
to her.
You are not the father.
Oh,
no,
okay.
no, it's not.
All right, so
she was not the mother.
So
I hit her in the face with a football. She then said she had brain surgery recently. We stood her up. And are you looking to see if there's enough time in the? We need to get you a bigger budget there from Realty Exchange so we can get a bigger card.
What I'm trying to think of is you just hit this lady in the face, and somebody else employed you afterwards?
No, she didn't tell anyone that I did it, but I knew my days were numbered. So come that January, a brand new concept hits America and the Huntington Mall, the dollar store.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. And it was...
Was there a dollar store at the mall?
There was until Joe Murphy worked there.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Who did you beat up there?
No. It was grand opening. I was getting... So all of a sudden I realized the math everyone's going to be doing. So I was getting ready to be old enough. I was old enough to be the manager of the dollar store, which I loved. Listen, I loved it. What a concept. Everything for $1. It was between. So for anyone who wants to accuse me of being agoraphobic, I was mallgoraphobic. I literally left Musicland, went 5 doors down to KB Toys. Then a brave new store opened up next door, the dollar store, which I worked at as the assistant manager for almost a year until I went next door to one of my favorite jobs of all time, Pied Piper. The dollar store was short-lived. Everything was, in fact, $1. And at the end of the day, counting the register was, 171 items, $471. If they didn't match up, there was hell to pay. WG Bunch. I was a very efficient assistant manager, a key holder, if you will.
So you go to Pied Piper and you work there.
We're the Pied Piper. Come on in and turn it on. Oh man,
was that the name?
They had a hunt. Yeah, dude.
I don't know.
Are you serious? You don't remember?
I was not here.
Because you're no. It's because you weren't also a musician. You might have had an Alpine stereo. You did, didn't you? Did you have an ever in your life?
No.
You never owned an Alpine stereo.
No. Is that good or bad?
You decide.
I don't know.
What
the hell is that? I don't know what that is.
I don't know. Just depends. Ask Tommy Nybert.
I think every stereo I had came with the car.
You never upgraded, and you call yourself a music fan? You didn't take those 5.5-inch speakers. You didn't 6.5-inch speakers in your door, and you didn't upgrade them. You never put a subwoofer in there. Well, dude,
no.
Well, then you didn't come to the stereo department at the Pied Piper Huntington Mall.
No, I didn't. But
I love that place.
I guess I've always been about the music you're playing as opposed to what you're playing.
They would let me sneak off into the guitar department, but Paul Calicote and Barry and those guys would immediately send me back.
What was your job at Pied Piper?
I'm not positive. I don't even know if I worked there for sure.
Oh, wait.
No, I'm just joking.
Did you ever get a check?
Yes, all kinds of. Actually, and this can be disputed by the listeners, I made the largest one-ticket sale in Pied Piper history one day. Just walked up to a guy at the mini systems. You remember mini systems? Do you remember what stereo systems were like?
I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, baby. Clip speakers. Yeah, baby.
Yes.
It was amazing. I love that place.
What did you sell?
I sold stereos,
But
I love in home theaters. I love that stuff. I could make it hum. I love.
But you said something about the biggest sale in the history of.
Yeah.
What was it?
Oh, well, I won't say the exact company because they've been prosecuted since then. But actually, I'll be very careful with that. I sold $250,000 worth of home stereo and home theater equipment to a mining company. All of a sudden, I realized the U.S. attorney will be calling for my testimony, but $250,000 to outfit a Kentucky mining company. But this guy walks in, it's like an Elvis story where Elvis buys the cattle. He walks into the dealership, walks into Pied Piper, he goes to the mini systems. He's wearing workout shorts, 90s workout shorts, like some Umbros. You remember those, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Guy's looking a little rough.
Dolphin.
And my friend Robert Sadler, he's awesome. Love you, Rob. He says, Joe Murphy, why don't you go wait on that customer? There's no money to be made at the mini system. You're going to make $1, maybe $2. I'm a hungry man. I go to this man and I wait on him for an hour past closing. He ended up being the CEO of a very large mining company and said that they had a place that they needed to outfit and could I help them out? And they wanted only the best. Well, I provided only the best. And it became a very long, boring story.
I can't tell if these are.
These are not even the good stories. We're still at the Huntington Mall.
I'm so $250,000 worth of stereo
equipment. 35-inch TVs in the bathroom in 1994
for their corporate office or whatever.
I'm going to say no.
It's not in the mines, is what I'm picturing.
No, absolutely not.
They're not putting speakers up on the mines that they're.
I realize now that for corporate dignitaries, I help them furnish a beautiful cabin.
$250,000.
So listen, let me give you some of this. So for you audiophiles out there, no, hold on. For you audiophiles out there, let me tell you some of the equipment that we placed in there.
Don't
in
care.
1994.
It's
You
okay.
will. No,
we've got
100 disc gold and Denon CD changer. Look up what the cost of that was, and it was beautiful.
It was $399. I had two. They've been networked back and forth. It was a carousel.
That was a Fisher, and you, sir, are a charlatan.
And wait till I show you the one that I have in the closet there.
It's folks okay. Out, if you know, you know. It was the gold version, 100 disc.
The gold
version.
The song sounded better.
And the Klipsch La Scalas.
Okay.
They don't make them like they used to, WG.
And these are...
Anyway, then I got recruited by Circuit City, and quickly all of my loyalty left, and I turned red, literally.
Loyalty from what?
It's probably the Pied Piper Superstore.
How much loyalty? You had that one big dude, but
no, I love those guys.
But I mean,
Larry Levine.
What loyalty? I mean, from the managers?
No. So here's the deal. So as I've grown older, I see that you build a mom and pop shop. It's got everything you need, and then all of a sudden, right down the street, here comes the big guy. Here comes the Blockbuster when you're the mom and pop rental store. Well, Larry Levine was a mentor to me. Great guy. Taught me how to sell, and I still love to sell. All of a sudden, Circuit City comes around the corner, and they're selling hot
I see what
consumer electronics. Not hot as in stolen. That's not
right.
Hot as in selling them with low margins. They're offering all that. Yeah. Circuit City comes in. They kept coming over, talking sweet to me. I had a babies to feed at this point. And one day they got me. And I went over to the red side, Circuit City and Divix. Yeah. That's a whole.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And then was there anywhere else after you put Circuit City out of business?
No, I'm hoping to put some applications in and see maybe, like, I'm holding out for some management opportunities, perhaps at 21 Forever 21.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually closed. I shouldn't have said that.
So is everywhere you've worked, I think.
Oh, that's a good. You were going to do the list, aren't you?
No, because so far you're kind of the kiss of death. It's like I would.
Do you have any positions at Realty Exchange?
No, we want to stay in business.
I got more.
I
don't have any more.
I was going just pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. We're gonna be all right.
Speaking of brakes, I used to work at a brake store at the mall. I did not.
Are they out of it? And they're also closed. All right. We're gonna wrap this up.
No, we're
but a bonus section is coming up. If you can take it, it's up to you.
A bonus section.
Yes, we'll do a little bonus for you. But anyway,
you have to have value in order to have a bonus.
Yeah. Well, that's debatable. All right. So anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this episode, check out the other ones. They are nothing like this episode, but
I love you, man.
I
really do.
I'm in all of them. But again, we'll have something special for you.
Eventually. Is that where you're going with this?
If you have questions, maybe memories, something we said that like, oh yeah, I remember that. You can email info@HTStimemachine.com. You can send a message on social media, whatever's easiest for you. We'd love to hear from you. But Joe, thanks for being here, and he's going to come back here. But thanks for tuning in, and we are out of here.
Thanks for listening to the Huntington Tri-State Time Machine, brought to you by Realty Exchange, the top performing real estate company in the Huntington, West Virginia Tri-State Area. If you have a memory you would want WG to talk more about, just send him an email at memories@htstimemachine.com or post a comment on the Time Machine Facebook group page. Did you like this episode? Be sure to share it with friends and family. You can find a link in the show notes that you can use to share it. And be sure to let Realty Exchange know that you like the podcast as well. Their contact information can be found in this episode's show notes.